Welcome to TJ's podcast.
Hey, it's my buddy Riggins.
Good morning.
So, Riggins, just try to keep things moving today. I know it's your birthday and you got a lot of stuff not to do today.
Yeah.
Chilling. So, what are your thoughts on birthday cards for men?
I don't like them.
Yeah. I didn't know that you didn't like them, but I figured you wouldn't care if you didn't get a birthday card. I'm talking about to accompany a gift. I put your gift in your car earlier this morning, which is a big old gag gift. No, I'm kidding.
That.
But I put a card in your car because my wife sent it. And I'm thinking he doesn't really want a card, but that's a woman thing. Women love to give people cards. And I didn't know if you thought cards were feminine or not.
They are kind of feminine, and I said I don't like it. I mean, I'm indifferent to them.
Yeah.
I don't present them. I don't put them up. Maybe it's because I live alone. Mm-hmm. But my mom, when she gets Mother's Day cards, she goes over to the mantle and puts them all out there that she has for birthdays and Mother's Days.
But how long do you keep them? You know what I mean? Like if you're a guy, like Jody will get me sweet cards for my birthday or Father's Day or anniversary or whatever. And she doesn't get offended that I don't keep them forever or have a little ribbon tied around all of them and all of that. But even sentimental guys, how long do they keep the cards? Do they keep boxes of them? And
They might keep them forever.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So they have a collection of greeting cards from their significant other.
Yeah, I think if you make a move and those come with you, that's wild.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of women do it.
Does your mom get a card for your dad on occasions?
I don't know. I don't think she does.
And y'all don't get him Father's Day cards or anything?
No. You know what? When I was leaving on Father's Day, this was their interaction. So I'm getting ready to leave on Sunday morning, and she goes, she opens the Amazon box like right in front of him, and he's standing on one side of the counter, she's on the other, and she goes, "Happy Father's Day," and it was a box of unshelled pistachios.
Oh yeah.
But it was as casual as she goes, "Oh, Happy Father's Day." And he goes, "Oh, thank you."
That's good.
I mean, it's like, so they're not I don't know.
They're not a warm and fuzzy, like
maybe not.
You know, excitable. They're not really excitable when it comes to stuff like that, I imagine.
Yeah.
Things, I'm making a big deal out of Father's Day this year for your dad, and you know, whatever.
I've been there when she's like ordering her new iPad, which is what she wanted for Christmas. But instead of my dad going to the Apple store, she's looking on the computer, building her iPad that she's going to get for, I think after, they're in their 60s, they've been married a long time. I think, some of that goes away.
But I would think that the way you describe them and what little bit I've been around them, I would think that they've never been really that type of couple to go overboard with that kind of stuff. They just seem like they're just, more down to earth and into reality of things more so. Than those couples that are just, it's always a romance and whirlwind, all of that kind of thing. They're more like Jody and me, I think.
Maybe, yeah, a little bit.
But I like to surprise. I like gifts that are surprises, whether it's for the kids, Christmas or whatever. Because my daughter, since she's been an adult, I don't think she's had a surprise gift from us. It's always, all right, well, here's your Christmas gift early, or here's your, I got this. She'll tell Jody what she wants, and Jody will order it and tell her about it. So there are no surprises, and I don't like that.
You like a surprise.
Mm-hmm. And that was something my parents were crazy about. I mean, just extreme. I've told you before, if if I accidentally found one of my Christmas gifts that they were hiding under the bed or whatever, they would get mad.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not looking for them, I just happened to cross it, while I'm under my parents' bed.
Yeah, right. Stumble upon it.
But they would threaten, okay, well, you're not getting it now, that kind of thing.
They took a lot of pride probably, and
they like that surprise,
sure.
Of it. But I don't necessarily have to read the entire greeting card to buy it. I was talking about this on mine and my wife's podcast the other day. It's going to say something nice.
Yeah. It's not going to be like you.
Right.
You son of a...
Yeah, the front of it's not going to be really cool, and then at the in the end with you bitch.
Yeah, right. You can add that though. There was a story out a few months ago about how much money greeting card authors make. It's a surprising amount, but a lot of people just do it they get paid per card. Mm-hmm. It's got to be a lot of work.
Yeah,
you got to be cranking them out.
But they're so expensive if you get Hallmark type cards. But we had gotten to the point where we had said, okay, no more cards because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But then my wife started finding them cheap at dollar store type places.
Yeah.
And when you see yours today, it'll reflect.
It'll look like a dollar store card. Hey, that's perfectly fine with me. It's perfectly fine.
I told you, remember I found that one at the dollar store that had a grammar mistake on it. I posted that on my my Instagram.
That's right.
It's like, come on.
Yeah. Are you guys a family that keeps just a lot of greeting cards? My mom used to do that. And I thought it kind of takes some of the. If you're going to give a card, you might as well go pick one out for them.
No, not really. I don't. It only for people who, like, if something comes up and you need something with somebody you don't know very well.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But
my grandma, she's a super Catholic. She's like Mel Gibson Catholic. And any holiday, we get the most like Catholic greeting card. It'll be like happy birthday, but on the front it's like Jesus nailed to the cross with like this spear in his side. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, thank you, but this is a lot.
You're turning 32 today.
Yeah, exactly. Remember Christ, walk in Christ's footsteps.
Isn't that how old he was? 32?
32 or 33.
33.
Yeah. It's graphic though.
Yeah, but people always talk about, oh yeah, you see all the men last minute down there getting cards for Valentine's Day, whatever. And I never understood why men get ragged about that. So what, they waited until the day before or whatever to go get you a card or whatever. You got a nice card and then you got a gift that you wanted and appreciated. Yeah, what do you care that are the Christmas gift he buys for you? What do you care? And why do you have to point out that that's the only you're the only person he had to shop for? You did the rest of it, and he waited till the last minute, and so forth and so. It got done, and it's something that you wanted.
Yeah, because it doesn't apply to any other situation. Like, oh, you just bought that charcoal because you're going to be grilling tonight.
Right.
It's like, well, yeah, because I'm going to do it later, but because it's a gift for women.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing.
You know what else I don't like is when you're with a family situation at Christmas, and they always have to make a big deal about you didn't even know what you were getting the other people. You know?
I bet you don't even know what this
is.
You didn't even know. Okay. All right. Well, then give it back then. If you're that, you got a bug up your ass about it.
It's just, and I'm the first one to step out and give women all the credit in the world for doing all that Christmas shopping and stuff. I have, for years. Thank God for that. But at the same time, if you know somebody appreciates it, why do you have to out them for being, not as good as you are? You know, he's like, he didn't even know. My wife doesn't do that, but I know plenty who do.
Sure.
Because you know why? Because she doesn't want to have to get to stepping.
That's right.
Up out the house.
She's got a nice life.
I don't play that.
Mess that up.
And I'm really torn on something with one of my favorite sports figures of all time. He's like a son to me. and I don't know exactly which way I need to feel about this, because there are pros and cons to it. Most people on the surface would think that I would hate this about him, or what he's doing, what he's been a part of. But I may have more of a personal connection to it than anybody realizes. So we'll get into all that coming up next.
TJ's Podcast.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies. And, richer people have credit card bills, and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. Use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money, and it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Back to TJ's Podcast.
Okay. We'll just go ahead and consider this part of the stupid celebrity news, or stupid celebrity stuff. Let me take you back, and especially for those of you who don't keep up with sports. The 2019 LSU Tigers team is considered the greatest college football team in the history of college football. Undefeated, national champions, Heisman Trophy winner on the team, and I don't know how many players from that team went to the NFL high in the draft. A bunch. The assistant coaches got hired away as head coaches. I mean, they were just, trust me, they're considered the best college football team ever. And the quarterback and Heisman Trophy winner and now NFL superstar Joe Burrow was the one that led them to the championship. So being from Louisiana and a lifelong LSU fan, I've got a connection to all of those players and that team, because they brought us so much joy as a family. So I don't really even keep up with the NFL that much anymore because of political reasons. But I do always, when I can, I try to watch, Joe Burrow when he's playing, and I keep up with the other players from that team. But I've had several people, including Riggins, say, "Oh, what about this? He's been in Paris for Vogue something or another, where I've seen clips of him modeling on the runway and up on stage at like a little seminar or something, and he's over there. And I think Jamar Chase is with him, who was one of his wide receivers at LSU and is also his main wide receiver at in Cincinnati for the Bengals. And he's wearing these, goofy looking clothes, and they're both on the runway, and they're, involved in all of this stuff in Paris. And while I want to say, oh, don't be doing that. That's stupid. Why do you want to get out and do that? I've always said as a I don't know, like it's a positive thing about myself, that I was a great athlete growing up, but I also was like on the Louisiana Tech modeling team, and I did modeling jobs, and I was in theater and all of those other things. So I can't really hate on it that much, because that was the same way that I grew up doing, a variety of things. But back then when I was doing it, there wasn't a concerted effort from radicals in our society to feminize America. You know, there was no such thing as toxic masculinity. Men were men, and if you were masculine, then great. So that's why I always, kind of say it as a joke that, I accidentally wore my pincushion from home ec class to football practice one day. It was on my wrist. But as long as you got the other stuff to back it up, it was fine. Now, I received a lot of good-natured ribbing for my pleasure, growing up, and the other guys would make fun of me, and I always had the highlights in my hair and would get my hair cut at a salon rather than the barber shop and all of that kind of stuff. But, it didn't bother me. I didn't care. So, and my first reaction to this was that, oh, don't be doing that. Why are you doing that? But the main thing is that what I don't like about it is that Joe Burrow is world of Vogue and all of that stuff. It's not that it's feminine. It's that it's just so liberal and anti, salt of the earth people. Like his family's from Ohio,
Yeah, they got to toe the line because you saw what happened to, what was his name, Harrison Buckner or whatever. I mean, that did not go over well. Athletes in the public eye espousing sort of conservative values, they're gonna rip them apart.
Which he didn't care. He didn't care, and that's another thing that is troubling about it is that you can have these masculine NFL players go to France and prance around on stage with all of these models from the fashion world and live over there for a week just basking in the glory of feminism and anti-masculinism, which, would be coming after them. They're the most masculine among us. But they go over there and they're celebrated and all of that. Whereas you got a guy who is Catholic speaking at a Catholic school's commencement ceremony, and he speaks highly of Catholic Christian traditional values of husband and wife and raising kids and all of that stuff. He gets blasted. But, it's just, I don't say either one of them should be blasted. I'm not saying blast the Vogue people, just be fair. And when the wrong thing is being celebrated. If you're going to celebrate one or the other, you're celebrating the wrong one. You should be celebrating the guy who's saying America needs a traditional, especially if that's his religious beliefs and he's talking to fellow people of the same religious views.
Yeah,
but
private event.
But the crazy, Marxist world we live in now goes after him. But I love the fact that he hasn't backed down. He doesn't care from all of that stuff, the controversy that he got. I love it.
Because it's not just an opinion for him. It's a belief.
It's his faith.
Yeah, he's like, okay, well, I mean, I understand. I get that you're upset about it, but that's not going to change the way I feel about something.
Yeah, and if he were any other faith other than a Christian faith or a Jewish faith and said the same stuff, they wouldn't have said a word about it. Nobody would have said a word about it in America.
So should we expect to see more NFL players hitting the runway soon?
I think so, yeah.
I think they like it too.
Yeah, they do.
They like the attention.
Because
you see the outfits they're wearing on game day. I mean, they're already pretty much doing it. That's the runway of the America.
As much as I love Joe Burrow, he comes in wearing some clown ass outfits on Sundays. I mean, just some ridiculous looking crap.
Which I'm okay with, actually, because I look at it. It's like it's a game, It's a valuable game, but it's still a game, and they're entertainers at the end of it.
Yeah, but I don't know. They come in like wrestlers.
Yeah.
When they enter the stadium, it's like the wrestlers are coming down.
Sure. I'm surprised they haven't dazzled up those entrance ways more to make it more of a spectacle. I'm surprised they haven't done that.
Yeah, but when they're coming into the stadium, that's a different thing to me than they're, getting out of their car and walking into the dressing room, and they have to make sure they're worried about how they're going to look in a costume.
Yeah.
I don't like that part. I'm old though. I'm an old man. What do they care about what I think?
Yeah.
They don't even like the guy that runs the NFL. Nobody does.
Yeah.
That Roger Goodell.
Hate him.
Everybody hates him. I wonder if his family even likes him.
I don't think so.
Are they out there booing him on draft night too, just like everybody else every time he walks on stage?
That's gonna mess with your head a little bit. Like that would give me a complex like you wouldn't believe. I'm like, it's just the job. I'm like, yeah, but they're booing me. Like, I'm the one doing the job. Everybody's booing me. It'd be awful.
Yeah, especially if you're not playing the role of a villain. They're just booing you for what you do.
Like as a person.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Like, no, you suck.
Yeah, it's the rare person that genuinely doesn't care about that kind of thing, whether somebody says stuff negative about them or not.
It's crazy.
I mean, people can say, I don't care, but most of them care at least a little bit. They don't like it. Just, because people can be vile about stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some Britney information.
Yeah.
Could Britney be reconciling with her children, with her kids? Some insiders have some information on it, and we'll pretend like it's serious. Coming up next.
More of TJ's podcast is coming up.
Our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and we're talking about home improvement. That doesn't just mean like my wife thinks our home would improve if I left it. That's not what that means, is it?
Yeah, for Jody, that would probably help her out. But for everybody else, we need a sun deck or they want a backyard kitchen. It's an easy phone call to 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
Now, you've got the money in your home. Let Richard find it. HomeWithRichard.com. It's the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Welcome back, world, to TJ's podcast.
Okay, so the Daily Mail has this article about Britney Spears, and it could be one of the longest articles I've ever skimmed in my life. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on and on. And they have these pictures along with the article. And look, I know Britney's had her troubles in life and all of that. But this outfit she's wearing that they've captured her in walking along I guess she's on vacation in Mexico and she's at the airport or somewhere.
Yeah, she just got back.
She's got on it's a coral colored tight tank top dress, no bra, nipples on high alert.
Yes.
I mean, and the dress is so short that the bottom of her butt is hanging out. I mean, you can clearly see the fold of her butt.
There's cheeks.
Yeah. And I don't know. Does she have on drawers?
I don't know.
At all?
You can't tell, but you see the bottom of a butt cheek.
And she's been known not to wear drawers.
Yeah, sure. Well documented.
Mm-hmm.
It's a look, right?
Yeah, and she's got a big hat on with it too,
and some maybe chunky Tivas or something. I mean, it's a lot to take in.
Wow.
Yeah. I couldn't believe what I was looking at.
And then one of the pictures is a really good shot of her teeth that we've talked about so many times, of what has happened to her teeth.
I don't know.
And I still say she probably is supposed to be sleeping in a retainer every night. A lot of people have that for the rest of their lives, where they sleep in a retainer. And she quit doing that a while back, and so her teeth have spread. She's got gaps between her teeth that she never had before.
Pretty significant ones.
Mm-hmm. But this whole, you know why she's wearing this, and she knows that she's going to be seen in public and pictures will be taken of her and all that. Do you know why? Because she's dying to be naked.
Oh, that's
she's dying for people to see her naked. If she could have gotten off that plane and walked with nothing on, except those chunky sandals, she'd have probably done that, because the pavement's hot.
So what's keeping her from being naked? What do you think?
Well,
why hasn't she done it?
Well, Instagram won't allow it. None of the social medias, I guess, except X, will allow it. And I don't know that she would want to do something like I mean, who cares about Playboy anymore? You know,
yeah.
There's not that. Used to, that was an avenue for women who wanted to become stars, or women who wanted their star to rise again. You know, get some more publicity. But I mean, that's not there anymore. Where would she, as I hate to say this, but a reputable publication?
Well, a lot of big stars do OnlyFans. You know, with Cardi B. You know,
yeah.
She's not getting naked on there, I don't think. But, you know, you can make a big splash. Just the announcement, guess who just joined OnlyFans?
Mm.
But does Brittany look at that as like, that's
probably
less than what I'm...
Yeah. Yeah, she's probably like, I'm a much bigger name than Cardi B or whatever. But Cardi B came from the world of being a stripper too, so, you know, that's kind of a life that she's lived. But I think Brittany just wants to, she still has that thought in her mind that she wants to shock people, and let people know I'm not a little girl anymore. I think she's still hanging on to some of that, where people are like, we know you're 40 or whatever you are. We know you're not a little girl anymore.
No one thinks you're a little girl.
Right. I think there may be a piece of her that still wants that shock value. Like, I can still shock people by, on my terms.
Yeah. Remember when she kissed Madonna?
Yeah.
At the VMAs? That was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she's trying to chase a little bit of that.
Maybe.
Shocking content.
But that's why she would go as naked as they will allow on Instagram. Sometimes even having to put emojis over the nipples and stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking about what emoji I would use to cover up my wiener if I posted a naked picture like that, because women always do like a heart over their nipples or something like that. I'm like, what do they make for guys? Do you just put the eggplant emoji? Is that what you're supposed to do?
I guess. But yeah, you're right. I maybe want the devil face there.
That purple one?
Yeah.
The purple
or the roller coaster emoji. I don't know why.
The roller coaster emoji. Not too graphic, like a hot dog or a burrito. That would be too easy.
Yeah, something that would make people go, I wonder why he chose that.
Yeah.
Maybe that cross-country skier guy.
That's a weird one. You never get to use that one.
So what would you put over your butt?
I would probably pick like the gender neutral laboratory assistant. The test tube. I don't know. Maybe Mrs. Claus.
Yeah. I would go bowling ball on that one.
Bowling ball's good. Yeah. Or the bullseye with the dart in it. That'd be kind of funny. I don't know. But yeah, I think you're right. I think she probably does. When you wear something like that, knowing that the paparazzi's out there, she's still wanting to be seen naked. I think you're right.
Do you see a difference in the way she looked in those pictures and in the way she looks in those dancing videos
On
she
Instagram?
does?
Yeah. But then this has happened before. She gets on Instagram and says, these pictures are photoshopped. I was like, okay, maybe they are.
The ones, like she would say the ones from the airport are photoshopped to make her look.
She's done it before.
Huh.
She goes, these are not real. These are photoshopped.
So in saying what, my legs aren't that big? Or,
Yeah, that was exactly that. It was my legs and my stomach. I don't have cellulite like that. Because these pictures, they're not flattering. They're not flattering in any way.
Yeah. But I mean, how flattering could they be in that outfit?
I know. It's
In the
skin
outfit.
tight. Skin tight.
Hey, but some guys are turned on by that. They look at that and go, oh, man,
Yeah,
that's a real woman right there.
absolutely.
That is a real woman. And they put one picture of her reaching for the door handle of the vehicle where she's kind of bent over, and then, you know, it looks like she's got a big back. And then you can see the bottom part of her butt under the dress. And then they, right under it, they put another picture of this. It's the same exact picture, but zoomed in closer. So you can.
They're cruel over there.
Yeah.
A little cruel.
God. But I mean, in her defense, can you imagine if you've been on vacation for a week or however long it's been, and then you get out of the airport when you land back at home, and there are people there taking your picture? I'd look.
Yeah, after you
I'd look like
Mexico.
a big burrito.
Eating enchiladas all week. Yeah, I'm not going to look my best after that.
But they say that she's been secretly seeing her sons, and that they're maybe rekindling their relationship and all that.
I think that's good for her.
Yeah, because they're pretty much adults now, right? They're 17 and 18.
I think so. But they couldn't even deal. They were like, you know what? You dancing around with knives, clanging them together on Instagram. We want to go to Hawaii.
So the Kevin Federline has had custody of them the whole time since they split up.
Yeah.
But what does he do now? I mean, because he was DJing and stuff like that to make a living, and do they still live? Didn't they live in Hawaii or
Yeah,
somewhere?
they moved to Hawaii just this past year. And he's married. He's been married to the same woman for a long time, and I think they've got a couple kids together. I don't know what he does. I don't know.
Yeah, it shows him in a picture here with 4 kids.
Yeah, I think he's got 2 with the new wife.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the shocking thing, is like, oh, he's the one that came out kind of with the normal life, married with kids, and seems to be doing okay, and she's the one that's spinning.
And people used to act like I was crazy when I'd say, okay, strip away all of the other crap, the cheesiness, the whatever about K-Fed. But when you look at him, he is a really good looking guy. I mean, if you can see past all of the, the other crap, he's a good looking guy. And I think he still is.
Yeah,
Well, or did he get, because didn't he get big for a while and then he lost weight?
Yeah, he's a little.
He's still.
As I recall, he's still a little bigger, but yeah, he's a handsome guy. I mean,
because if you do have extra weight on you, a jersey is not a good look.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a guy who's really, and you don't even have to be fit, but skinny to pull off having on a jersey.
It's not flattering.
Because you never say, okay, well, let me see what's going to make it's going to be slimming when I put it on. Give me the thing with the giant numbers.
Direct everybody's attention here. That's a great idea. I want everybody looking right here.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay, and then we have this video, and this is really crazy. We'll do this quickly. this was a Mexican restaurant, right, Riggins?
Yeah,
and then somebody's baby was crying, and a lady got involved and said, "Shut that baby up," or whatever. And then the other patrons at the restaurant took the defense of the mom and the baby.
Yeah.
And the police had to come and everything.
It was ugly.
So let's see if you can make it out just by listening to it.
It's a baby. It is a baby. Are you
don't bring your baby in a
fucking yelling at me?
Hey, I'm only yelling at you because you're yelling at me, and I'm trying to get you to.
No, I'm trying to tell you. If you plan on finishing your dinner, get the
down and eat.
That's what I'm telling you.
Because other people are trying to have a conversation. That's what I did with my children. I didn't have it so loud. Where people in my
and this is not even his kid that he's telling her to shut up.
Tables next to me couldn't hear me talking.
Yeah,
I don't.
So everybody in the damn restaurant. Listen, you started screaming at the top of your voice.
The baby, because I never heard the baby.
We never even heard the baby over there. We're sitting right there.
I went to the bathroom earlier. I could hear the baby in the bathroom. I'm sitting right there.
What baby?
I can hear.
You're a ignorant bitch.
Well, I can hear her talking.
Enough.
I can hear her baby in the bathroom.
You started yelling at this baby.
Now we're gonna get everybody's food to go, and y'all.
I'm just trying to get up out of my seat. She wouldn't let me out of the seat, and she backed me.
If we stay, people are going to jail.
Okay.
So get your food to go, pay your check, and go.
Okay.
And then it seemed like at the end of the video she had said something else, and the deputy was leading her out. Like
after the cops there,
yeah,
and they're like, "Chill out." She goes and flips the guy off. I mean, I don't know. Once the cops get involved, like, do you continue to go on? You just let it go. You can't let it go.
I wish we had footage of her confronting the other. Like, what did she say to the mom or the mom and dad or the dad who had the baby that was crying?
Yeah, must have been rude because everybody took their side.
And nobody in the South, because they've all got Southern accents, but nobody from the South is going to watch that video and not think, hey, that's where we go all the time. The restaurant looks exactly like pretty much every other Mexican restaurant.
Baby, is that our?
Because I'm sitting there thinking, wait, was that here? But you don't know where it was.
No.
Yeah.
No, but it does look like every other one.
They're like, what baby? What baby? I never heard of baby.
Chill out, man.
Yeah, and then they just, you stupid bitch.
You stupid bitch. Let me tell you something. I didn't hear that baby once.
I was in the bathroom and I could hear her baby.
And you know who you don't see in that racket? The servers and the busboys.
You don't really see any of them.
We're staying out of this crap.
Because I wondered, where are the people? Where's the manager?
They are in the back.
Manager's like, I call the police.
Yeah, call
Policia.
Quick, Policia.
Policia, they will not alto.
El Yeah, that's crazy.
This crazy woman will not shut up-o.
Yeah.
But I get it. You babies can get on your nerves when they're crying, but just, come on.
You gotta be kidding.
Ugh.
Then finish your food and go, or take it to go. Ask for a box.
Yeah, and do you think that the parents are just enjoying that too? That their baby's crying like that? I always think about that on a plane. The people who usually, now there's a difference in a baby crying and a toddler who's not behaved.
Yeah.
Those are two different things.
Yeah.
But the parent of a baby crying in public, it's disturbing people. It's like, ugh. I've never been there because my children have always been perfect, but from the day they was born.
Perfect angels.
Mm-hmm. Little angels.
They're crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's it for today. Riggins, go celebrate your birthday in peace and return all of the texts that you're going to be getting and all of the Facebook messages and faxes and all of that. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.
Serving the world. It's TJ's podcast.